on the motorway, Zurich Bern, not far away from where Ulrich Zwingli 500 years ago read Matthew's Gospel in the Church of Zurich. And I'm talking to you 500 years later. Stefan Hegel is my name. Not reading the translation in German he offered that time to the people, which was published only after he was killed in a war. But I love the Bible. I love Bible, and the first positive verse when Jesus prophesied about the end times is in Matthew 24, verse 14, where it says that this gospel of the kingdom will be preached as a good news to all nations, and then the end will come. Then Jesus will come back. So let's continue to read today. Let's continue to read from verse 15 onwards, chapter 24. Lovely coffee here. Verse 15 onwards talks about heavy persecution, what we have to go through following Christ. The prophet Daniel spoke about in the book of Daniel 500, 600, 700 years earlier. We have it already. The hated things that destroys. Someday you will see it standing in the holy place. The reader should understand that this. Then those who are in Judea should escape to the mountains. No one on the roof should go down into his house to take anything out. No one in the field should go back to get his coat. How awful it will be in the house in those days for pregnant women. How awful for nursing mothers. Look, we have a picture in this Bible. New International Reader's Version. It's a pregnant woman. Look at this picture. And this pregnant woman is just the end of the world is like that. It will culminate again in Jerusalem, where the temple was destroyed. That will be rebuilt, and Jesus will come back soon. Jesus is coming back soon. Do you believe that Hazrat Isa al-Masih, Yesu Masih, Jesus Christ, is coming back soon again into this world? I do, because I believe the Bible. Let's read on what it says in verse 20. Chapter 24 of Matthew's Gospel, Matiki Injiil. It says, pray that you will not have to escape in the winter or on the Sabbath day. There will be terrible suffering in those days. It will be worse than any other from the beginning of the world until now, and there will be never anything like it again. Verse 22, if the time had not been cut short, no one would live, but because of God's chosen people, it will be shortened. So the time will be made shorter. Verse 23, at that time, someone might say to you, look, here is the Christ, or there he is. Look, here or there, or he will deceive you. Don't believe it. False Christs and false prophets will appear. They will do great signs and miracles. They will try to fool God's chosen people if possible. See, I have told you ahead of time, Jesus says. Jesus says, I have told Stefan and you on Facebook ahead of time. I warned you about it. Because they will try to fool you, to fool even God's people if possible. See, I have told you ahead of time. So if anyone tells you he is far out in the desert, do not go out there. If anyone says he is deep inside the house, he is in here somewhere, do not believe it. Lightning that comes from the east can be seen in the west. Look at this. The light shining from the sun rising in the east, it can be seen in the west as well. So what does Jesus mean? He says it will be seen, it will be made clear, it will be known by everyone. So nobody can fool you if you wait for Jesus to come. He will come like, look, lightning that comes from the east can be seen in the west. It will be the same when the Son of Man which is the heavenly description of the Son of God, comes again. So Jesus says, when the Son of Man, that means when I come again. He talks about himself as the Son of Man. Verse 28, the vultures will gather wherever there is a dead body. So you can clearly see it. The coming of the Son of Man is like described in the Old Testament again. The signs of the universe, the Son of Man will come again. It says here, as prophesied, the sun will be darkened, the moon will not shine anymore, the stars will fall from the sky, the heavenly bodies will be shaken. At that time, the sign of the Son of Man will appear in the sky, and the nations on earth will be sad. They will be sad. They will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of the sky, just like you see here the sky, and with the clouds. He will come with power and great glory. He will send his angels with a loud trumpet call. A loud trumpet call. He will send the angels. They will gather his chosen people from all four directions. They will bring them from one end of the heavens to the other. Learn a lesson from the fig tree. You remember Jesus cursed the fig tree and it didn't bear fruit? So you and me, let's learn a lesson from the fig tree. As soon as its twigs get tender and its leaves come out, you know the summer is near. In the same way, when you see all those things happening, you know that the end is near. It is right at the door. This was verse 33 and now 34. What I'm about to tell you is true. The people living at that time will certainly not pass away until all those things have happened. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words, here Jesus says, my words will never pass away.